All right, so this is just a quick video to welcome you guys to the class and answer any questions you guys might have. So welcome to CIS 1810. And what I wanted to do is go through the syllabus, go through a little bit about the modules, and also go through any assignments you might have. As we get further along in the term, there'll be more videos. These videos will either talk about the chapters, which we'll have one for each chapter, but also it will be on how to navigate labs and things like that. So this is mostly just a, hey, let's make sure we're comfortable in the class the first week kind of lab, kind of video. And so the first thing I want to do is go to the syllabus. So if you come over here in Blackboard and you've already logged into our class, you're going to come over here and click in the syllabus. Now I'm not going to go through everything in the syllabus, just some of the highlights. And so here's our current syllabus. I've already opened it up over here. Let me just scroll up. Okay, and so here you can see all the information that you'd normally see. Here's my phone number and my extension. I will say the best way you can communicate to me is through email, and that is my email address, nceline@cnn.edu. That is also in the learning modules in Chapter 1. It's also there as well. So in case you lose the syllabus or you don't want to download it again, it's also there as well. As we come down, the book that we're using is Information Management Storage. We're using version 2. There is a version 3, and I'm going to incorporate that into the class, but version 2 is actually free online. And so rather than have you guys buy a book and just add a few things in there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to supplement. That way you're still getting the benefit of version 3, but since it's not available online, may as well. Most of the pertinent information is still fine in version 2. If you've never done it before, it is accessed through Safari Online, and here's a link right to our book. And so when you click on that link, you'll be presented with this window here. And it doesn't recognize your user, it doesn't recognize you yet. And so it's saying, hey, you've never logged in using this computer before, using this browser. Give me your email address. And so if you've never actually gone and logged in, you would put in your email address and they'd send you an email back with the steps to authenticate your user, that kind of thing. So if anyone has any trouble with that, please feel free. We can sit down, we can go through it. I'd much rather do that as early as possible so you guys can get to the reading. Once you get in, let me go ahead and bring that up. This is where you're going to find yourself. So this is the book, and you scroll down and here are the different chapters. Okay, so it's broken up, it's very well organized. Well, so let's say you've decided to start reading chapter 1. So I'm going to go ahead and click on there. Let me get rid of this right there. And so you're going to scroll down. The chapter is just right in here as you read through here. Okay, and so this is actually a newer interface for me. We had a different one last term. Halfway through the term, they changed it. If you wanted to move to chapter 2, you just click right in here on the right-hand upper corner, and it'll navigate us to chapter 2. If you want to go back to the beginning, you just click in the middle right here where the title of the book is, and it moves us back. And now you have the ability to navigate into any chapter you want, or you can just click over here and you're back to where you were before. Okay, so I certainly hope that's clear. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. One of the biggest goals that I want us to have in this class is to understand the difference between a NAS, a storage area network, and object-based storage. That is one of the neat things that we're going to learn about. We're also going to reiterate some of the lessons you've already learned in other classes, such as how RAID works and what it is and the different types of RAID. So some of this will also be from your previous term or from your previous classes. Going down on the syllabus, you can see the learning objectives. You can go through most of those. I went through some of the highlights already. The big thing I want to talk about is assignments. So 60% of this class are in assignments. Okay, so you got 60% assignments. Those are going to consist from anything from discussion points to labs to little short writing assignments. So for example, I might ask you, hey, could you describe the difference between a NAS and object-based storage? And of course, all that information would be in the learning modules. And so you'd be able to get that information out of the reading and things like that. It might be a lab, and when we get closer to NetLab, which is probably next week, which will be next week, I will have a video on how to navigate in NetLab. And so all of that will make sense too. The next you have our midterm, that's 10%. Then you have the final. We actually have two finals in here. We have the final, which is multiple choice questions, and there's another one that's also multiple choice. And this is from EMC. It's from an educational group. It's actually controlled by Dell now. They bought it out a little while ago. And this is a certification exam. Okay? So it's not a bad thing. In fact, I really am a big believer in certifications. As far as attendance, and not attendance, but as far as makeup, I don't like makeup work. I think it encourages bad behavior, and so really we need to get things done. So as the modules close, you need to be able to have finished that work. Okay? It's very, very important you do that. So every assignment will be due. Um, so in here you can see in the syllabus this week, all I really want you to do, there's nothing really to do, but all I want you to do is go through the first module and go through, hey, introducing yourselves, that kind of thing, and start the reading. Okay, and so what you need to do is start your reading. So in here in learning modules, you go in here and you'll see where the assignments are and things like that. Now I'm going to go back and let's describe the structure of learning modules and how this works. This class is broken up to several different sections. You see this is section 1. Section 1 has 4 chapters associated with it because they have something in common. Okay? They're all about different storage systems. And so this banner here isn't something you need to click on, it's just telling you what to expect in the next few chapters. Okay? This is chapter 1. Here's a quick summary of what you're going to encounter. And as you click in there, you'll see that information there. Scrolling down, you'll see we have a new section. This section is section 2. It's going to be chapters 5 through 8. And again, these chapters all have this in common, which is going to be storage network technologies. Okay, and so that's how the modules are organized. If you were to just stay in learning modules and just do what's in here, some of this stuff I'm taking out, you can see how it's grayed out, but if you were just to stay in learning modules and just do what's inside of here, you would be just fine. Okay, you wouldn't have to worry about missing any assignments. Just live there. If you have any questions, let me know. What I also do for students is I'd say 3 to 4 times a term, I send you guys a report through Blackboard. I don't email it, but it's through Blackboard, through messages in here. And what I will do is I will send you a report telling you where you're at, where you should be, what the due dates are, what you're missing, whatever that is. And so you have a really good understanding of where you're at, because I don't like ambiguity. I think it makes it really difficult. When I was in school, that was the biggest thing for me. Okay, so next week what we're going to do is we're going to be introducing a new thing called NetLab. And so we'll have videos on that. I'll make office hours available if anyone has any questions on it. And what it is it gives you hands-on, the ability to actually, instead of just look at the car, drive it, try it out, see what you think. Okay, and so next week that's kind of an exciting time because it's really kind of a neat system. It also has some bumps, so if NetLab is giving you trouble, let me know. It could either be with your browser or it could be NetLab. Sometimes it is. Okay, it's also it's a great system, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it has trouble. So if you have encounter any problems, don't hesitate to tell me. The last thing that I'll mention in this video is that I'll be putting up the lectures because I want to update them. And so I'll be putting up the lectures on Tuesdays. And so that's when things are going to open up. You have on the syllabus, you'll see that you have until the full week to do assignments. So one second, let me move this over. You guys can't see my calendar. So basically things will be due Tuesday to Tuesday. I'll move that. So that will be Tuesday to Tuesday. And so because I'm opening things up on Tuesday as far as the lectures, the modules will still be open, but as far as the lectures, I give you that extra day. Okay? So let me know if you have any questions. Don't hesitate, and I look forward to a great term.